All right, this is a video to show you how to make your company website. The assignment is posted here on Canvas, and ultimately what you're going to do is you're going to make a website that is built off a template. So if you click on the website template, it'll open up to this web page. Actually, it won't. It'll open up to the code, but I just want to show you the template. I've built a fake company website, and you're going to be changing the words, the colors, the images. So you'll have an about section which describes what the app does. You're going to have a how this works section, which is going to have three kind of points as far as how the app actually works. And then it's going to describe the solutions that your app solves. So mine is observation, fine tuning, and improvement. And you'll change these icons to whatever you want to. You'll have in our people section, these are just stock images, so they are in the template. You don't have to change them. There is a chance for bonus money if you decide to change these pictures into something else. I would just suggest not putting your own face on the internet. You'll have finally a what our customers say carousel of quotes that you'll put in. And then finally a pricing section. Some of you may have a pricing idea for your app, and so you'll include that here. Others of you will not, so then you'll just delete this section right here. Last is that it ends with a contact section on your web page. So that's what you're building, and you'll notice when you make the changes, it might look something like this. By the way, that background image looks blurry on an iPad, but on a laptop it looks really nice. So you can see they changed their about, their how this works, the solutions and the problems that they solve. They decided to remove those stock images completely for our people, and then they have different quotes. Another site might looks like this. Again, changing the colors to what they want, changing the about, how this works, solutions, and then they kept the stock images. They just changed the names over here, and then they have their quotes. So let's get started. When you go to the Canvas assignment, you obviously see the tutorial, and then you'll see the site template and the requirements. So let's open up the requirements, and I'm going to pop it into a new window. So the company requirements are just a Google Doc that walks you through every change that needs to be made on this web page. Including the every change, it has the lines in the code that actually need to be changed, so you'll just reference this. And it has the sections of the code, so whether it's the nav bar, the jumbotron, the about, or solutions. That'll make more sense once you see the inside of it. So let's actually get the code. If I go to Canvas and click on the second link, it's going to open me up in Replit, and I'm going to pop that into a new window as well. Once you log into Replit, you're going to need to fork the project just like we did in previous years or previous semester. Just give me a second while I log in over here on my end. Almost set. Okay. So once I log in, yours is going to look a little bit different because I'm actually into my account right here. Let's try that again. It didn't like that for whatever reason. Come on. Sorry for the delay. All right, so hopefully this will work. Okay, there we go. So once you're into Replit, you'll need to fork the website. It'll have that forking button. I actually have to fork it from here since this is my own page. So I'm going to fork it, and I'm going to call this my company name. So mine is called Basketball IQ 4. Okay, and so now I can actually go ahead and begin. On the left side with Replit, if you remember, is your index.html and all your files. In the middle is the code, and on the right is where it pops out, or what it displays. I would suggest to pop it out so that you can see it, what it actually looks like, and then open it in a new tab. So now you've got a tab that has your code and then a tab that has the actual web page so you can refresh it. So let's take a look at how we go through this. So it says first, in the navigation bar, change Athletic Cam to your product name, index.html line 37. All right, so it says in the navigation bar. When you look at the code, there are things in green, words in green, and those are the comments. Again, comments, if you remember, don't show up on the web page. It just helps you navigate it. So here it says where the nav bar begins, which is what I need to be in. On line 37, change Athletic Cam to your product name. So I'm going to go to line 37, change Athletic Cam to Basketball IQ 4. Don't ask me why the 4. Okay, so when I refresh it, it shows up now on my Basketball IQ. And then when I look at the web page itself, it changed it right there. So you're literally going to work through all of these lines. Now I'm going to point out just a couple things. Let's do the second one. Change the nav bar colors to the one that your group would prefer. Use this site to decide a color. So that's going to take you to W3 Schools. I can pick a color and you can see all the various shades of colors that are there. Now, once you find a color you like, once you find a color that you like, over on the right side is the actual hexadecimal code for it. So you're going to want to copy that. If you can't get it easily with the hashtag, well, then just copy the hashtag in. So I took this one right here, and it said to go to style.css line 123. So I'm going to go to my style.css, find line 123, and I'm going to get rid of the code that was there, and I'm going to add the one that I just found. All right, now when I refresh it, it should change the nav bar, and I'm going to just make sure that it's, there we go. So you are literally going to follow this step by step and decide on the changes, the colors that you want to make. There's just a couple things I want to point out. It says in the Jumbotron, so I'm looking at Jumbotron number 3. This is one I want to point out. Find a background image that would be appropriate for your product. Replace my track image with your background. Okay, if you're working on an iPad, watch the video, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's what I mean. On these web pages, this background image is what I want you to find. Again, it may not display nicely on the iPad, but it's going to look good on a laptop. All right, so in order for me to do that, I'm going to find a background and I'm going to add it to my camera roll. Okay, I've added it to photos, and let's go back to here. In order to add a photo, if you recall, you upload a file by clicking those 3 dots. I'm going to go to my photo library and then add that in. All right, I can rename this if I want. So maybe I'm going to call it like Starry, .jpg. Okay, I didn't rename it. Starry. There we go. Okay, so now it said it should be on style.css. Style.css line 30. Okay, so when I go to line 30, I see that there is a background URL. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a / plus the file that you just added. So / plus the file that you added. And once you refresh it, you'll notice, yes, my background changed. And again, you might want to pull up, there we go, a laptop to see how it actually looks, because it looks so blurry on an iPad. But either way. All right, any other things that I want to point out? The About section. It says replace Glyphicon camera with a Glyphicon that's more closely related to your product. Glyphicons are the little icons. And so there are a limited number of icons that you can choose. There are ways to get some more if you can figure that out. Otherwise, you can ask me. But let's see. If I want to find one, so I'm going to find a Glyphicon. I don't know. I'll just put Glyphicon user. So this is the full file name. And so what it says to do is to go to index.html line 76. So when I go to my index.html line 76, okay, so this file is called Glyphicon camera logo, and the one that I was looking at was called Glyphicon dash user. All right, so I'm going to get rid of user. Okay, so I just got rid of that. And let's see what that actually did. So if I refresh my page here, let's see. All right, so you notice that it's like tiny. It made it tiny because I got rid of this word logo at the end. So when you make the word logo, it actually makes it really or larger. There we go. So that's what the Glyphicon is. Your job, I think everything else is pretty straightforward. Again, if you want the bonus money, you can change the images of the Our People to different images. Bonus money if you want to add details about your pricing. Once you're done with your web page, you'll obviously just copy the URL and then you'll paste that into the Canvas assignment. If you have any questions, let me know.